Hello and welcome to another edition of Kaleidoscope on Channels Television. I'm Anne Nwawadu. On the program today, we speak with the head legal public affairs of Chi Limited, Israel Danelta, on the company's efforts towards driving development. Plus, we took a look at how the activities of a not-for-profit organization, the Lilly Foundation, is helping to bridge the gap in health, education, and other sectors of the country. Once again, welcome to the program. Let's begin with the food and beverage company Chi Limited, but first we'll find out how the company started. Incorporated in 1980, Chi Limited is a market leader in the food and beverage sector in Nigeria. Each of its product offerings within the juice and dairy beverage and snacks categories in which it operates at category leaders which are loved for their great taste and high-quality nutrition. With its ISO 22000 certified state-of-the-art manufacturing facility, Chi deploys advanced processing and packaging technology in making all its products. Chi has established footprints in urban and rural Nigeria through a large network of depot operations across the country. In addition, Chi prides itself as being one of the few fast-moving consumer goods companies who exports quality food and beverage products to other African countries. Its passion for excellence and commitment to sustainable development is exemplified in its continuous efforts to provide the best food and beverage to its consumers. Through its continuous investment in manufacturing and related infrastructure projects, Chi currently provides direct employment to about 4,500 people and indirect employment to over 112,500 people through its robust value chain. I spoke with Mr. Israel Danelta virtually on what has kept the company going after 4 decades in business and, of course, the initiatives carried out to help communities around them.
Well, I could tell you that resilience in the face of competitiveness, perseverance in the face of so many different types of challenges, consistency, which has helped to grow the brand, has been there for us. And this has also helped us to build awareness amongst our consumers. And we also have very highly skilled leadership, which is very important in leading the company and driving the company to where it is going to. We have very humble leaders, very wonderful leaders who have kept the vision of where the company wants to go to. And we have the culture of discipline. The discipline in Chi has made everyone to really work towards engaging themselves in doing what they're doing and doing it best. And this comes within also the framework of some certain responsibilities that are given to people in the area of leadership and how they will lead well in their various capacities in the company. We have also been very, very proactive in what we do. We always have a business continuity plan to ensure that anything that happens in the case of unplanned disruptions, we have something to fall back to so that our consumers will not feel any gaps in terms of what we are providing for them. And we have also had, of course, regulatory support by government agencies that are saddled with the responsibility of ensuring that we are doing the right thing. We work wonderfully with them. They have also encouraged us in so many ways and leading us properly to where we're getting to within the framework of the regulations regulating what we do. And importantly, too, we have the right people in the bus. You see, if you don't have the right men in the bus, you're not going to go anywhere. And our staff have really, really been wonderful people who are dedicated, without whom Chi would not be where it is today. That's what has kept us going for 40 years.
Okay, now tell us about the people, your consumers this time. Tell us those areas most impacted when you carry out your corporate social responsibility initiatives.
Well, the most people impacted, honestly, are the young people, the children and the young people. Those are the most impacted, children and the young people.
These initiatives that help you make sure this impact is felt on these category of people?
Oh, very well. We have what we call the Hollandia Nurture a Child initiative, which is geared towards bringing nutrition close to children, especially people who are in their need, people who probably can't afford these products, people who maybe get to know about these products or get to taste them maybe during occasions alone. We have done a lot with so many groups of people, from orphanages to old people's homes, so many other groups of people, different slums, Ogba, Igbara, so many other places that we have worked with people in the slum to ensure that they have a feel of what we are doing and to ensure that we donate nutritious Hollandia evaporated milk and the yogurt products to the children. And this we have also even extended during the COVID-19. We extended it to key government offices, including COVID facilities, and those people who are working in the forefront of prevention of COVID from spreading. We have worked with them in the past to ensure that everything is going on very fine and to give them the kind of support we need to give them. But most especially, the target is for children and the young people. Bring nutrition, the needed nutrition in the society, especially during COVID-19, where these nutritions, these vitamins are really needed in our bodies to protect us against COVID-19.
And are there other projects you've done probably for community and agriculture and any other sector that you have been able to make an impact on?
Yeah, indeed. We have done in the place of scholarships. We have given a couple of scholarships out there to people who are in need. In fact, it's some places, I don't want to mention names here. We have given scholarship. We are giving the scholarship continuously and every year to a number of people, to those people who have shown seriousness in pushing the education that they are pursuing, to see to it that we follow up with the scholarship up to the end. And then agriculture, we have had programs, what we call the Backward Integration Program, with the support of the Central Bank of Nigeria and in collaboration with the United States government, to ensure that we start some kind of farm. The United States government was able to give us 4,000 hectares of land, which we are bringing herders to come to the land and settle there. And we grow pasture to give them, so that it will now reduce the movement of herders to different locations and subsequently also reduce the number of clashes between farmers and herders, to produce milk there. And then we buy this milk and bring them back to the factory, and then we produce our yogurts and milk. In the area of, and then this we know is going to also boost employment, especially in Niger State. We're already engaging a lot of people in Niger State to work for us on the farms, to see that this backward integration program is fully achieved. And Central Bank and the Niger State government have also been very, very supportive in this regard. We have also improved in the technology we use in packaging, so that the environment, we use materials that are environmentally friendly and reducing thereby waste products that will affect the environment in different ways. So we ensure that our packaging products are very, very good and we can be recycled in the future.
All right, so let's talk about the challenges faced by industries like yours. What can be done better? I would say that honestly, there's some challenges like bad roads. The bad roads, if you have bad roads, it means that your product is not able to go very far or quickly within the time frame with which you want them to get to your consumers. So if the government can do something about the bad roads, it's going to help us a lot in improving our services to our consumers. Another problem is that of the congestion in the ports. The ports are very, very congested. We just wish that if in the future, other ports outside of Lagos can
can be dredged so that you have enough capacity in other ports outside of Lagos to accommodate very, very big vessels that are bringing machinery, equipment for the use of manufacturers. That will go a long way to also help. And most especially too, the issue of power has been very, very problematic. Power has been a problem in this country, especially for manufacturers. You see a situation where manufacturers are using diesel, LPFO, gas in running their plants. They will hardly rely on the supplies by the distribution companies because it's not there. So if we can improve on power supply to manufacturers, I think it's going to go a long way to reduce the cost of production. And if the cost of production is reduced, that also means that the prices of goods and commodities in the markets are going to go down fairly well. So if that is also worked on, it's going to help us a lot. And then, you know, there are issues with also Forex. Forex has been some issue. We understand what is happening. The central bank is doing its best, but that has also been a problem. But in all of this, you see, I see a wonderful, bright economy for Nigeria. I mean, it's a very big country with very good GDP. I see that things are going to go well in the future. If things are done very well, manufacturing is going to go well. The economy is going to move faster in terms of growth.
All right. So talking about the future. Yes. So talking about the future now, since you have mentioned it, what are your own plans for the future in terms of improving your business and, of course, helping those around you, widening your corporate social responsibility nets to help more people around you?
Our plan is to continuously engage with our internal and external stakeholders, departments, to work on improving the quality of our products and also the expertise of our staff. We want to be sure that our consumers are getting the best. We want to be the best in class in what we do. We want to ensure that what goes out to the consumer there is very good, not just good taste, but also nutritious for our body. And that has been our aims, that has been our target. That is what we have tried all this while to continue to do. And that is why we are on top of what we are doing. And in terms of helping those around us, we will continue doing, particularly giving out products to children that really need those nutritions, those places, those people out there who cannot even afford to buy these products. We want to continuously reach out to them to see to it that they get these products, they take it for free, thereby improving their well-being and their health too. And that's what we're going to do under the Hollandia Nurture a Child initiative, which is basically started to address the challenges of malnutrition among Nigerian children, and also, of course, the overall well-being of the children and young people.
All right. Thank you very much for your time. Thanks a lot for your time.
I truly appreciate it. Thank you
welcome.
so much. I appreciate this.
Yeah.
Have a great day.
We have more for you on Kaleidoscope when we return, so please stay with us. Welcome back. You're still watching Kaleidoscope on Channels Television. Lilly Ford Foundation, headed by the chairperson and CEO of Britannia U Nigeria Limited, Mrs. Uju Ifejika, is a not-for-profit organization with the aim of giving back to the society through its various corporate social responsibility initiatives, which of course includes an annual outreach to the less privileged in the society. Find out more about the organization and the activities. In 1999, the Lilly Ford Foundation began with the intention to continue the legacy of late Chief Ikpeze and Mrs. Elizabeth Chigo Ikpeze, who were known for their philanthropic work in the Ogidi community of Anambra State. Lilly Ford Foundation is a not-for-profit organization, non-political and non-governmental organization that helps people in need and provides opportunities for people to pursue their dreams and lead better lives. With a vision to provide a helping hand in fighting the challenges of poverty, hunger and basic health, and a mission to achieve a life of giving and promote the values of integrity and selflessness within host communities and beyond, Lilly Ford Foundation, in collaboration with Britannia U Nigeria Limited and other donors, have helped support thousands of people across Nigeria. The maiden edition of Lilly Ford Foundation's annual program, Stronger in Health, was successfully launched in Ogalaga Kingdom in Warri, Delta State on December the 23rd, 2017, and in Ogidi and Onitsha in Anambra State on December the 30th and 31st, 2017. Lilly Ford Foundation provided medical services and welfare packages to over 9,000 people in both communities, including widows, the elderly, sick, disabled, and orphans. The Lilly Ford delegation comprised of a medical team, medical doctors, physiotherapists, nurses, pharmacists, optometrists, laboratory scientists, technicians, and other non-medical volunteers. In 2018, through its annual health and welfare program, the Lilly Ford Foundation provided medical services and welfare packages to over 11,000 people, covering women, children, widows, the sick, disabled, orphans, and the elderly. In 2019, over 12,800 lives were touched through the health and welfare program. In 2020, the outreach became more than necessary, considering the devastating effect of COVID-19 pandemic on the country, which has led to the loss of jobs and a negative impact on the economy in general. The Lilly Ford Foundation deemed it fit to carry out this program in spite of the logistics and organizational challenges to help provide the medical services and welfare needs of the people. Food items and palliatives were all provided to beneficiaries and stipends given to widows and the elderly from 70 years and above. Over the years, scholarships have been given to secondary and university school students. An annual tradition it's been for Lilly Ford Foundation, headed by the chairperson and CEO of Britannia U Nigeria Limited, Mrs. Uju Ifejika, who believes in giving back to society.
It's something that we are committed to. Forming a foundation is not supposed to be a one-off thing. Some do it, but I chose not to. What we have done is to keep the legacy of our parents, my mom and my dad. Like I tell people all the time, I grew up not knowing who my siblings are because everybody who comes into the family is a sibling. And then some you have to shed your bed for them to sleep on because they are older than you. And then when they are going, they have to pack food, pack clothing, and then my dad makes it a point of duty that by every Christmas, he must make provision for widows and elderly. And we will be the one that will go to their houses to go and distribute it. And he did that even being retired. He was a civil servant, but after retirement, he still does that. He was doing it while in office. After retiring, he was still doing it until his last day. So we just said, okay, how do we honor them? The only way to do it is to continue to do this on a yearly basis because that was what he was doing. But the only thing is that he being a retiree and us, having network where we can on our own do it and then have other partners partner with us. But this year's zone is very remarkable. Remarkable in the sense that The world is in pain because of the COVID pandemics. And for you to come out to do it at this time, most people called me and said, no, you don't need to do it. But I figured if I don't do it, there are people whose life is dependent on these free medicals. And some of them are sick, not of COVID, but underlying sicknesses, which this yearly thing assists them. Because some of them, they give them drugs that last them for 6 months, So I just said, if you don't, and lives are lost, it's not something that God will be happy with you. So what we did was, you maintain the social distancing, you have your mask, you can see that you have the buckets, for them to wash their hands. There's sanitizer, you know. We have almost about 100 cartons of sanitizer. Then you have face masks. We provided everybody that came with face masks. We have about 5,000 for Onitsha and Ogidi. Why did we do that? So that this is what NCDC protocol requires. We have to do it. And then, but for us, it's not just something different from what we are. But the only thing is that this time around, you have to be more cautious in allowing people. Okay, so for us to do that, they had to have 2 days screening before. They did it 22, 23, and even 26 to screen people, so that when they are coming in, they have their numbers. They come in, they will be attended to as they call out their numbers, which we didn't do last year. And then for the widows, the same thing. If you're a widow, you're not here physically, they will not give you this thing, because we want the people who are the beneficiaries to be touched, not people collecting and maybe not give to them. So we just decided this year, you have to come in, register, and take up what we have. Each widow here, they gave us almost 400 and close to 500 widows here. Those ones are the ones that are registered, but the number that they gave us was almost 1,000. But we have made provision to provide for them, all of them. And then provide them with wrappers, 5,000 each, and then rice. The children, they're going to have they have the school bags for them. They have toys for them. What we are looking at is to have people where we have to go beyond having it in Delta, in Onitsha and Ogidi, but to go to the north, to go to places where people, IDP camps, where people need this, palliatives and medical attentions. You have more widows now in the north than anywhere else. So we need to structure a better way and a safe way to do it. The medical intervention, by the time you look at it, we should have only in Ogidi close to maybe 1,008 to 2,000. We have more than enough drugs. I traveled to the US, I came back with drugs from the US. The top drugs for high blood pressure, for diabetes, we have it. Something that they cannot afford. Even some people who are well-to-do, they can't afford it. Those are the top range of drugs. Even when the consultant here saw it, he said, no, that this is out of it.
Well, the act of giving back can never be overemphasized. We encourage everyone to touch as many lives as they can. And with that, we end Kaleidoscope for today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, keep up with past editions of the program on youtube.com/channelsweb. Also connect with us and let's get your feedback. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you next time. Please stay safe. I'm Anne Nwawadu.